In the eyes of Goku, the gods, and probably all of us as well, Broly has successfully completed his training. A battle with Jiren was never supposed to go as far as it did, as when Goku first conceived this idea of an exhibition match between the two, it was only supposed to be so the two of them could train against the absolute strongest that Goku knew. Thanks to the Grand Priest and Zeno though, this friendly training session soon turned into an entire event, as the Grand Priest then announced that their battle would proceed to a death match, granting the winner a wish from the Super Dragon Balls, while the loser would be erased forever. This is an original fan-made story taking place a short while after the end of the Moral arc called Dragon Ball Super Jiren vs Broly by Monty Black. When we last left off, Goku had been taking it upon himself to train Broly, turning him from a dangerously wild power to one of the strongest warriors in the universe. Upon entering the match with Jiren, it's immediately apparent that Broly still has ascending he must do in order to keep up with Jiren, who is easily dodging and deflecting all of his attacks. After taking a fatal attack causing his organs to rupture, Broly's power went wildly out of control, or so we thought, as he took on his full power Super Saiyan form. As Broly's power raged wildly, Jiren met every one of his attacks with equal force until, eventually, since Broly had gone all out, he decides to use his true power as well. As Broly and Jiren continued to clash, Broly's never-ending strength continued to grow and keep growing. It seemed like a drawn-out battle may not have been in Jiren's best interest, so his final trump card, Ultra Instinct, was finally revealed. Jiren was already outrageously powerful and talented before, so Ultra Instinct comes as no surprise, as Velmont says as well, and this is when Jiren shows us the depths of his mastery by completely decimating Broly in every facet, phasing through his attacks and delivering massive damage. As Broly is continuously pushed into a corner, Jiren warns him that he's in way over his head and he'll never triumph over someone like him, sending Broly into a spiraling rage as Goku watches on stunned at what happens next. On his own, due to breaking all of his limits in order to survive and protect his loved ones, Broly ascends to a level that Goku had never dreamed to see from him, a form even more terrifying than the legendary Super Saiyan. As Broly transforms into his version of a legendary, full-powered Super Saiyan 3, the realm they fight in can barely contain these gargantuan amounts of power. Even in Ultra Instinct, Jiren finds trouble combating this new powered-up version of Broly as each of their clashes shatters dimensions. However, Broly's overflowing strength ends up giving him a slight edge as he dumps massive attacks on Jiren one after another. After being completely knocked out of Ultra Instinct, Jiren lay unconscious on the ground, but Broly's final attack would never hit his mark as Jiren ascended beyond something far past what he was before, mastering Ultra Instinct and completely erasing Broly's attack. This final power-up would be the tipping point in this battle, with Jiren mercilessly beating Broly until eventually, Broly was clinging to life in the vacuum of space. Jiren's final attack would conclude the tournament, effectively killing Broly in the process, but at this point, Goku has had enough. In a brilliant flash of light, Goku transforms into Mastered Ultra Instinct as well, and with complete disregard for any rules of this tournament, he stops Jiren from killing Broly. If you guys have been loving Dragon Ball Super Broly vs Jiren, be sure to give Monty a follow over on Twitter. His link will be down below in the description box. Be sure to have those notifications turned on by clicking the bell icon down below to never miss an upload, and if you've been enjoying all of the anime content recently, consider leaving a like on this video as well. It really helps out a ton. Don't forget to follow on both Twitch and Twitter to stay up with me and all anime related updates like these guys, but without further ado, as Broly remains unconscious, floating above them, Jiren demands to know why. Why has Goku interfered in this battle? Do you doubt your student, he says? Jiren and Goku silently glare at each other until Goku finally speaks up, saying that how can someone that's mastered Ultra Instinct not have control over their emotions? You are about to kill out of pride, he goes on. That's not emotional control. You misunderstand me, son Goku, Jiren replies. My intention was not to kill your student, but motivate him through the danger of death. I almost killed your friend, not because I wanted to, but because that is the natural order of things. I've now realized how natural the cycle is. Your friend is a raging beast. I'm in perfect control. He's far too powerful. He endangers the entire multiverse. I was made to restore balance, he goes on. Our paths were meant to cross. It was my destiny to surpass and stop him. Just look at what I've achieved, he goes on. This is my destiny, not pride. I am the one with great balance and the cycle of nature. I am at my peak. I can grow no more, Goku. I am the fittest, therefore I shall survive. If your student was worthy, even near death, as a Saiyan much like yourself, he should overcome the odds and break his limits. But if he dies, however, it is his destiny. Just like it was yours to live. You still just don't get it, do you? Goku says, unfazed by his words. You aren't one with anything. If you were, you would realize the weight of your actions. Eventually they will come back on you. If you did succeed in mercilessly killing Broly, you would pay for it just like my ancestors. Goku then goes on to remind Jiren of the time that he had asked Goku why he fights and why he wants to be stronger. Back then, I didn't really have a good answer for you, Goku says, at least not a clear one, but I do have one now. He goes on to tell Jiren about how when he first met Broly, he didn't exactly know what to think about him, but he had faith in his potential deep down to do great things as not only a fighter, but as a person as well. It really wasn't until I started teaching him though, Goku says, that I realized that I had been a master to every opponent I faced without even trying, and teaching them to be better. Now I know though, he says, as he begins to reminisce on all of his past battles. I don't want to be the strongest in the universe just to beat people up. I want to be able to say to everyone who's doing wrong, hey, that's not right. You should stop doing that and then you can be strong like me. We can grow together. It's at this point that Broly finally begins to regain consciousness as he sees Goku standing before him in his full power. I've never hated or really wanted to hurt anyone, Goku goes on. I just want to encourage them to be better themselves, and sometimes, yeah, I do look like a fool because I think everyone deserves a chance, but everyone I've ever fought, whether they realized it or not, was my teacher and my student. To be honest, he says, if it was up to me, we would all be in a dojo learning and growing together. He goes on to tell Jiren that while he thinks he was destined for Ultra Instinct and to defeat Broly, it was actually Broly who helped him achieve that level. Just like I did with your help, Goku says to him. And now you think this is the peak of your power, right? No room to grow, so no reason to keep your opponent around? Come at me with all you've got, Jiren, and I'm gonna show you just how wrong you are as he gets into his stance. Jiren of course takes him up on this offer, eager to see if Goku is just bluffing or if he's really done it. There is no power beyond what we are now, Goku, Jiren says to him, unless you really believe that there is more than what we're currently able to achieve. There are always levels greater than what we assume is our ceiling, Jiren. Remember that, Goku says, as the battle begins between Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Instinct Jiren. As these two gods engage in battle, each attack is perfectly thrown but also perfectly dodged as well, rendering them almost exactly evenly matched for the time being. There's no doubt that with power like this, Jiren is the perfect opponent to discover new levels of power with, Goku says. His untold desire to always get stronger is what pushes me to find new levels beyond my own limits. The two continue to clash at breathtaking speed, sending cracks across the dimension and multiple shockwaves all over the battlefield. With each clash looking evenly matched, the two reset the battle as Jiren gives praise to Goku for also mastering this power to this extent and becoming the strongest in his universe now as well. However, he says, as he begins to get into a new stance, if you truly believe that there is more, then like during the tournament, I want you to shatter your limits once more and prove to me that the wall of power still needs to be climbed. You're not the only one who's pushed themselves beyond their limits, Jiren, Goku replies, but if you truly believe that you've reached the apex of power, then let's see just how far you can go. I'm ready. The battle begins once more with Jiren charging at Goku, who's still able to track this high-speed attack from Jiren and block his barrage. See, Goku, Jiren says confidently, there is no power beyond this. You give up too easily, Goku says as he continues to block his attacks, insulting Jiren and causing him to turn up the pressure a bit more. I wonder what Goku is so confident in, Whis mentions as they spectate the battle. What could his instinct have that Jiren's doesn't? Jiren sends Goku sliding backwards with a powerful punch as he gloats about how amazing the power of Ultra Instinct is, having honed it to this level. I'll never give up on growing, Goku replies. The day it seems like I can't get any stronger is the day that I'll just go find someone stronger and break my limits again. All of a sudden, something comes over Goku as something snaps within him. Give up on this nonsense, Goku, Jiren says as he charges at him again. I may be a martial artist, Goku says, but I'm also a Saiyan. Jiren attempts to strike Goku with the same attack he used on Broly, but a huge explosion goes off, although it's hard to tell from who exactly. As Jiren's attack makes contact, it goes directly through Goku's shirt, however, Goku himself is gone. This power has gone straight to your head, Jiren, Goku says, reappearing in front of him with his fingers to his abdomen. It's like I told you before, Goku says. This isn't the right way, and his hand instantly turns into a devastating punch. Jiren is absolutely crumbled by this single attack from Goku who, in that moment, had done the impossible. We were destined to cross paths again, Jiren, he says, as Jiren lay breathless on the ground before him. But unlike before, he goes on, I pushed myself beyond my breaking point in discovering powers that I previously thought never existed. But how, Jiren says, stunned that Goku had once again ascended beyond him. It's in our nature as warriors to grow, Goku says, as we see his hair is now changed as well. To evolve and to become more than what we ever could have imagined to be. This is Ultra Instinct Super Saiyan Goku for the first time ever in a form that the gods themselves might find difficult to fathom, as Goku tells Jiren there is always going to be something more, something greater. And it was as I had told you before, Jiren, I have no limits. The gods' jaws drop as they witness Goku becoming even more divine before their very eyes. Goku is becoming a true master, Whis says, with Beerus agreeing, saying he hates to admit it, but indeed, even Velmont can't help but praise Goku. The Saiyan isn't normal, he says. Even now, it's like he's teaching both of them and even us. His body is instinctively activating Super Saiyan automatically to surpass Jiren's power, Whis says, explaining this phenomenon. Ultra Instinct is actually wielding Super Saiyan as the perfect counterattack. You see, Jiren, Goku says, turning around to look at Broly, who's witnessing this for the first time as well. There is always room for improvement, as the chapter comes to an end on a breathtaking note. Ultra Instinct Goku has gone far beyond a once-in-a-lifetime power and made something all his own once again, combining two things that only he himself wields and surpasses both Broly, Jiren, and maybe even the gods themselves in his quest for self-betterment.